Imagine all of you have gone to Mahabaleshwar and you have checked into a five-star hotel or a resort with your friend or with your spouse. You enter into a beautiful room. It's a fantastic evening. It's a moonlit evening. You open the window of your room, and across the window you see a beautiful, huge, massive Krishna river. And the moonlight is falling on the river, and the water is shimmering with the beautiful sparkle of the moonlight. You can smell the exotic fragrance of the wildflowers in Mahabaleshwar forest, and the breeze is cool and comfortable. You can't expect a better environment and a place to be. Suddenly, a friend of yours or spouse of yours comes over there and tells, "What a ridiculous place is this? There's no phone signal here." How many of you would be pushed off? Such a beautiful place and environment and so forth. The point I'm trying to raise here, both of you have been put into a similar situation. You can also see the beautiful Krishna river, you can also see a moonlit sky, a nice, wonderful weather outside. You're able to appreciate it. However, the other person is complaining about something so trivial, maybe important for that person, but yet complaining about it. What is the difference? The difference lies is into the response to a situation. Both of them or both of you have been put into a similar situation. However, our response is different. And this response is nothing but a state of our mind. It is said that our life is greatly influenced by the kind of thoughts we carry. If you carry positive thoughts, or if you carry thoughts of abundance, then you will find yourself surrounded by abundant situations. And if you carry thoughts of scarcity, then you will find yourself being surrounded by situations of scarcity. In other words, we cannot change situations around us. It's all about our responses. I'll be spending some more time on this thing where I would like you to reflect upon it. The point is that we don't control situations. More or less, we don't have control on that, but we do have control on how we respond to it. To give you an example, imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. Once again, the situation is such that you don't have control on it. Now you're stuck in a traffic jam. One person can cry about it, honk very loudly, shout at others, scream at the top of his voice, agitate oneself and others, while the other person at that same time can think, okay, I got a 5-minute break. Anyways, I can't do about it. Be happy about it. Is it possible? So situation is same, but the response is different. And that is what is about what kind of thoughts, what kind of mind, how we have conditioned or trained our mind, it reflects upon. Mind is something that we can train up. The mind is something that we can condition. In other words, if I have to ask you, what are the characteristics of a good relationship? Trust has to be there. Love, respect, mutual understanding. These are all good characteristics of a good relationship. If you look at it, it all depends or it all begins with the thoughts. If you carry a positive thought, I'll give you the analysis first and I'll explain this. The thoughts define our belief system. Belief system, it is said in previous sessions we have discussed that all behaviors are belief driven. So belief determines what kind of actions we'll perform, what kind of life we live. And the lifestyle, the actions or the behaviors we carry out based on the belief system that we have further determines the thoughts we have. In other words, the board is a little far off. I'll come back to it later on, draw it for you later on. Thoughts determines our belief systems, and our belief system determines our lifestyle. And lifestyle further determines our thoughts. If you have a positive thought, naturally that positive thought in a relationship would give you a sense of a feeling of trust, love, affection, isn't it? And if you have those kind of belief system that that person is trustworthy, that person that I can love, of course your behavior towards that person would be in line with that behavior or belief system. And when you behave like that further strengthens your thought system. Agreed? Now change the thought system from positive to negative thoughts. where you have a doubt on a person, where you're not willing to come along and work together, that negative thought system will give you a sense of misunderstanding, sense of faithless in our person. And when you live with that, our behavior will further strengthen negative thoughts. So the point is, our overall well-being in our life depends a lot on the state of our mind. And in today's time, it's very interesting. You've heard of a terminology called epidemic, right? Now, in today's time, there is something called as anxiety epidemic. Anxiety epidemic means the people, they have become so prone or so susceptible to become victim to anxiety. They worry about anything and everything. I remember a student coming to meet me after 2 years. This long ago. The person had a sense of negativity about life. Always he will be pessimistic and hopeless and whatnot. He comes to meet me after 2 years and he wants to inquire from me about how to take care of his kids. What school to be sent and so forth. And I was just wondering, 2 years ago he was a bachelor. Even if within 2 years he got married, still there is a whole natural process of having a child and the child to grow. Within a 2 year, you cannot have a 5-year-old child or 7-year-old child to whom you begin to think about education and so forth. After speaking for a few minutes, taking out his frustration, Prabhuji, life is so troublesome, I'm so worried about how to care of my child and so forth. I said, wait, pause a second. I see you alone here. Where is your family? He said, which family? I said, the family that you're talking about. I said, Prabhuji, I'm not married. And I was almost about to cry. I said, why are you wasting my time? You're not married, you don't have a child, of course, and now you are right now worried about the child that you may have sometime in the future. Is a classic example of anxiety epidemic. In a famous book written by a famous psychologist, he quotes a very classic example of anxiety epidemic, just to help you understand how we are prone to taking to stress and anxiety. There was a lady who went to a doctor. She was having a pain in her stomach. And often, whenever she would go to a doctor, the doctor would diagnose, they would do sonography and everything, and they would diagnose that you're not having a good digestion. You're eating too much fast food or you're eating too much outside. You should stop doing that. You should live a healthy life. However, the lady would never agree. And she said, no, doctor, that's not the problem. You don't understand. The problem is in my belly, I have got a frog. In my belly, there is a frog. Unless you take a frog out of my belly, I won't be cured. She went one doctor after another doctor like that, dozens of doctors she went. And every doctor told her, you're having a poor digestion. Gas is building up in your belly. That's the reason you're having a pain in your stomach. It's not nothing about frog and anything. Finally, she went to a doctor who did a sonography. And he said, oh, I see a frog in your belly. And this lady was so happy. Oh, really? You see a frog? Please do a quick operation. Take this frog out of my belly. Doctor said, yes. He put her on anesthesia, made her lie on the operation table, cut open her belly, without doing anything, cut open her belly and then stitched her belly. In the meantime, when she was all in anesthesia, he told the nurse, please go to the nearby pond, get one frog from there. She brought the frog. He kept one frog in the bowl on the table. He woke the patient out of the anesthesia and he said, see lady, I've taken out the frog. And that lady was in ecstasy. Finally, I found one good doctor who can help me overcome my stomach problem. She went back very happily and after a week she came back. Doctor, doctor, you took the mother frog, but you forgot the kids. The aim of this course, just to make you aware with that, is to help you understand how the mind works, how we can develop positive self-awareness and self-esteem, take control of life's experiences, define your future through mind management, explore principles that sustain positive living, creating one's own reality, and making the daily living a positive experience. When we talk about minds, we'll be speaking ahead at the session what mind means. Fixing your mind is not that easy. That you just say from today onwards, I'll be thinking positive about everything. It doesn't happen like that. So through this discussion, will be offering you a two-way solution. Just like I often give this example, if you get a pimple on your skin, there are two ways of curing a pimple. You go to an allopathy doctor who will give you a cream. You apply a cream here, in the morning when you wake up, the pimple is gone. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the pimple comes on this side. When you apply a cream here, the next day the pimple gone. Congratulations, but the pimple comes here. That's a stopgap solution, which is called allopathic treatment. There's another kind of solution. If you go to an Ayurvedic doctor for a problem of a pimple, he will tell it's because of impurity in blood, right? And he'll give you a blood tonic. That will take several months to cure. So through this discussion that we're going to have, we're also going to offer you knowledge, certain amount of skills and tool set, so that you can deal with your situations right now. And also certain solutions that you have to practice over a period of time to cure the state of mind. Because changing the state of our mind is not that easy. Just by saying that from tomorrow onwards, I'll be happy. I will not be worried about life. I'll not take any stress and anxiety, so forth, will not happen. How many of you had attended the session that I did, Power of Mind? I believe 1.5 months ago, something. Few of you were there. In there, I had shared a research study done by the scientists at Wisconsin University, and they found that the people who believe that stress, just the belief, those who believe that stress is dangerous. By the way, how many of you think stress is dangerous? Unhealthy? Raise your hands higher. Who thinks stress is unhealthy? Okay. How many of you think stress is healthy? Okay, 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, fine. I don't know what's the third option. Maybe not. Whatever it is. So the scientists there at University of Wisconsin found out over a span of the 8 years of study. I shared the research work of theirs in that session. They said the people who believe that stress is dangerous, they have 43% increased chances of dying prematurely. I'll again repeat it. People who believe that stress is dangerous, just belief, again, is a function of mind, a negative thought. Those who believe that stress is dangerous, they have 43% increased rate of dying prematurely. And in the 8 years of study, they found out that more than 182,000 Americans died prematurely just because they thought stress is dangerous. In 8 years of time, 182,000 Americans died not because of cancer, not because of some infection or accident, just because they believed stress is dangerous. And that is the power of mind. In other words, mind is a very powerful tool. If we understand the science of mind, how to use it in our favor, we can make our living a great experience. And if we don't understand it, we become victim by our mind, then we can really, really spoil our well-being.